Oh, forgot to take my ring off. So, Snorlax, you take care of my ring. Need to clean this up a bit. That's why I save all those old tape pieces, because these are the moments you need them. Anyway, it has been a long while since I streamed. I even ripped up one of my pieces, but that was my own mistake, and I have plenty. So that's not much. Okay, managed to do a lot of stream before, so currently we're fixing up other things. For example, Miss Bunny, almost done. If there's no light on her, her face looks a bit yellowish, but if there's light on her, she shines. They say purple, I say pink. So I need to do the sides of Miss Bunny. And I need to do the face a little bit, but that's just a tiny little bit. So first the side for Miss Bunny. Where is the white? That's the brown. This is the white. The white is the only one of this marker that I dislike, because it's not as solid as the other ones. But it is quick drying. And if you repump it, it's completely filled again. So it's a bit too much. So this marker is not that great. And I think it's the marker, not the brand. That needs to be pink. Oh, should not put my finger into it. I'm very good at putting my fingers in stuff where they don't belong. Paint-wise, by the way. There's a very big sun above me. I do have a screen above me, but I kind of like the light. So if you don't see it, I'm sorry, but it's kind of more important that I see what I'm doing. And I'll just use plain acrylics to get into the tiny parts. Okay, you can go and dry. So this white is the only white I won't regret when it's out. Now, we go with Virgo, and I get my old brush. This one is somewhat fixed, so don't go into that one. Found a way to somewhat fix my brushes, but still giving issues. Whew, it's even hot in the sun. Where's my gold? Because I need it for multiple. The black is also not that great. I think I need a new sheet. Let's cut this out. Because this can be reused otherwise. There are quite a few that have the sides that need to be done. Also start with Sagittarius. I added some effects, but I have no idea what. Oh well. Okay, this is a piece where I can reach it with my marker. That needs to be redone. Completely forgot to do this part, so the less I need to do with my brushes, the better. That has to do with ruining brushes. So for those who only follow the craft stream, lately I've been working on my novel, not going as fast as I had hoped. Cleaning up a lot. Had a busy time with workshops that I had to give, so that was paid work, which I love doing, by the way. Okay, so this one is pretty much done. This can dry. These markers dry quite quickly, so I don't need to wait that long. This is a bronze one. This one hasn't started yet, so started doing that. I also started 3D printing again for the 2025 batch. Not all designs have yet been converted or actually drawn or traced, actually, because I believe they're drawn. Having some issues with my 3D printer, that it doesn't want to stick at one point, and then it messes up the top of the head slightly. It's not that bad that I can't work with it, but it's not what's supposed to do. So I followed some online advice how to clean the plate, and hopefully that works. But it's mostly cleanup work, editing, which doesn't go as quickly as I had hoped. I think I already mentioned that. And I expect it to be cleaning up until August, and I expect now it will be September or end of August. Because I have a couple of places that I need to clean up the storage. I do that once every 2 weeks. My personal attic. Of course, the micro studio. Did some bits yesterday. And my future sewing room. I think you need to be here. And of course, normal household. But if the attic is done, then I can do that once every 2 weeks, perhaps. But going to the storage once every 2 weeks, I already gave myself quite a lot of extra time. There's currently no volunteer work. So that means more cleanup time on the Saturday. Don't touch. This is pen work, pencil work, brush work. And this can get their first layer. So I was a bit of overloaded the past few weeks, and I kept my streaming to a minimum, so only the penny. I also put my 3D printer on a slower setting. So sometimes I need to check if it's still printing right. Let's hope that it all combined, cleaning, higher temperature and slower printing helps. I only have 3 of the zodiac left. Oh, 4, forgive me. Can't count. It's a Sunday. Reminds me of someone told me I should not stream on Sunday. And I was like, this is a hobby for me. This is not working. Especially since I decide if I stream or not. But the penny is different. Penny comic. But even there I can just say, F it, I'm not doing it. Okay. First layer, rest is brushwork. And Alai has brushwork, I think, mostly. I want to do the brushwork all at once because it's kind of killer for the brush. This is Alai. Going great. So this is all brushwork. This is brushwork. And clover is brushwork, but these are brown. This is gold, gold, bronze, bronze. That's a different, well, thing. Miku one can go gold. And I did find out you are allowed to sell Miku merchandise you created yourself as long as you keep it small. So this pin might become for sale. Not sure yet. Might keep it myself or create a new one and sell that one. I mean, it does take a lot of time. But that is a later thing. Sun is gone and oh, the burning sun is already gone. This also has a lot of brushwork because there's a lot of the narrow pieces and the in-betweens. That's brushwork. Can't reach that. No, 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 no. Get out, get out, get out. Luckily, I still have the paint, so I can fix that slightly, but this is why you should do brushwork and not marker for the in-betweens. Everything else is brush. And then we can start with Nurse Light. Not sure if I'm gonna create a pin out of Nurse Light or that I'm gonna keep her as a standee. Maybe a magnet. I have a couple of spaces in my studio that are still empty. So I can turn Nurse Light into a magnet. That's something I have to keep in mind. If I don't want to create a pin out of it, I can always turn it into a magnet. Oh, pardon me. And I know I haven't finished all the colors yet, shading and all, but it's best to do the side early on because you go over it and they can fix it. Can't remember which one I pumped last. I really have a short-term memory. Okay, so this needs to dry as well. And then soon we'll do the sides. Now, to fix my Miku, gold is already done. Dry. There we go. And then I can start putting away paint that I no longer need. I need to clean my water. My water is very dirty. So I'll be right back. Meanwhile, print looks a lot better this time. So still here, just far away. Yes, I'm going to my garden because there's a bigger sewer pot there. I recently cleaned my little water tap, so that's why I won't have to do it again. I'm lazy. There's a lot of brown residue in my paint water, so I think this is enough. I got a new tripod for my overview camera. So you'll see that that one can go higher, which is awesome. There we go. Found a way to more or less save my brushes. You can go a bit more to the side. And you dry, you go latest. First of all, yeah, they're still sticky. Gold is not sticky. Gold is already done. Good. So let's grab all the golds again. Slightly sticky. Slightly. Otherwise, I'll just start first with the acrylic ones. It's one with a dot. Is this? No. This. Bronze was the old color because I don't really like bronze. I need... I'll use this one. It's a bit messed up, but okay. It's good enough for this job. Downside, this paint dries really fast. Plus side, it dries really fast. And the sun comes back again. Like I said, I do have a screen above me. I could close it, but then I will need to turn the lights on. And this is just cloud work. Okay, this takes a bit more longer to dry because it's acrylics. Despite it being fast drying acrylics because it's a paint marker. I'm not very good at keeping it in the camera. I need to look for an extension for my camera tripod, the one I'm using right now, or a longer one. I'm very happy with the ones I have, don't get me wrong. It's just about 10 centimeters short. This also needs double layers. And this is my I will not clean it palette, because I want to see what happens if I want to try and peel it off. Okay. Oh, there in that nook. Be careful not to touch the face. Okay. think this one's done. Oh, there's a little bit in there. Well, let's try to fix that. Need to fix the brown anyway. There's a hair on me. Where is it? 3D print is looking okay. We'll have to see in the end if that works the way I want to. If so, I at least found a setting to work with. It just means it takes about an hour or an hour and a half longer for things to be printed. And to be honest, I don't mind if the result is better. It's not like I have to live off this. Would love to, but you know, reality. Could you not take just normal acrylics for this? Sure you could. But I rarely use acrylic markers, and I actually only use it for work like this because they're quick drying. Plus I have them, let's use them. So the question is not why, the question is why not? I do like the fast drying part of this acrylic markers. Few things I learned over time. It's best to do the side early on. And use my pastel mica at the end when you no longer have to do anything. Careful not to touch it. Paintwork. Okay, the side is completely done. Let's go dry. And everything else is the gold. First we clean this one. This one needs to go to the main house for the dishwasher. This I don't need for now. Now, let's go to the gold. And I need a lot of things to gold, so pardon me if it's getting a bit boring for you. Why not on paper this time? I hope this is not running out. Hopefully this dries a little bit less fast. Technically, these arms for the cameras are called boom arms. So I need to check the length I have right now, and I probably need about 10 centimeters longer. The downside is boom arms are very expensive, and I wonder why. And I think it has to do with all the streaming and all. Can't reach every nook and cranny. I have to keep this close, otherwise I have no idea what I'm doing. Great. This one needs to be reached from the other side. Ah! The gold wasn't completely dry just yet. But certain parts are easier to reach than others, so easier to redo. That's what you get if you put too much detail in your work. But it looks so pretty. Top of the hat that I touched by accident. Oops. Oh boy. Need to be careful with this. So I'm gonna put on an apron, a craft apron. Check on my 3D print as well. First this little part. Okay, well, now first what I'm going to do is put a little bit of hand gel. No, those alcohol gel. Put it around this brush because I noticed that helps it clean. So while this dries, I'm going to put on my apron. It was once a freebie, so doesn't mind if it gets dirty. Okay, this looks a lot better. So higher plate. It can be because I have different, well, not different, I have other filament because I ran out of the first one. At least this one looks a lot better. And while we're at it, let's hydrate. There we go. Why are you not? Am I running out of my hand gel? I think I am. It's very old hand gel, so I'm not really certain how much alcohol is left in there. But as you can see, it helps restoring my brush slightly. Okay, let me check the inside. This part is done, so we need this part and this part. I did get a drop of gold on my dress, but you know, first of all, those things happen. Second of all, it's so small, maybe it'll get out in the wash. But I think I'm running out of the gold marker, which I wouldn't mind. I mean, I have plenty gold left. And there was a lot of white over there. And we go to this part. Let's first do the narrow piece. That's the not so cool part. And my brush is already fraying. It's as far as I can go without messing up the glitter. I think this is running out. If I ever will sell one of these oversized prints, they're probably going to be expensive because of the amount of time I put in it. Not the materials. I mean, 3D printer is not that expensive. So you need to keep that in mind. The paint is not that expensive. Filament is not that expensive, it's mostly time. The time your 3D printer is running. For example, the current one is printing, might not even finish before the end of the stream. Maybe I should look for a jar of oil-based paint. This one can now fully dry. It was got right. These were old, so let's do those first. Okay, narrow pieces first. Maybe something like model paint. I prefer acrylics because that doesn't ruin my brushes that much, but if you want good paint, you need to pay for it. That's a good blob. And of course, with most, I still have to do the back side. And I completely forgot I have to do the coin of Hane as well. So I think I'm going to do that next. So that this brush can rest. Where was I? What was I painting? Right, this piece. Okay, you can go dry. And then I'm gonna grab my jar. There's little pieces of dried up gel everywhere now. So first of all, let's dab this nice in. There we go. You can go soak. And you can go in here. There we go. It is cleaning alcohol, so it's not that bad. Where is my coin for honey? Here is my coin for honey. That was quick. Never knew what to do with this, so I'm probably gonna be very boring and just make it black, which is fine because honey is boring. Well, you go down. No. I have this whole jar of black. There's a lot of mold on the top again. There's something in my black paint that keeps on molding, so just need to put some rag in here and soak up the top. There we go. That's part one. And do it again. And this can dry. And now we have just little pieces left. It's probably going to happen again because there's something in this paint that's organic. And it only happens to this paint, by the way, not to other paints. I will clean it up later. I put together a couple of black paints, so probably that's why this happened. Can color the side, that's fine. And this is the first time my own blend started molding. Is it disgusting? Yep, it is. Why don't you toss it? Well, everything below is fine. So why waste perfectly good paint? Just because the top is a bit iffy. I'll have to check on my 3D print after this again. And hydrate because sun is shining, meaning it's hot or hot-ish. probably gonna have mold next time because not everything was managed to get out of here. And hopefully soon I get to make the coins for the new year again. Okay. That's that design. But anyway, when this blend is gone, I won't make such a big jar again. Perhaps the bigness of the jar and the lots of water has to do with this as well. And I need my black marker just to do the ring. We're almost done an hour in. What the heck did I do? Just paint a little bit. There we go. And actually, it has to be like this. But it can dry. And then I can look at my 3D print. How is it going? It seems a lot better. Now, what I also wanted to do is try and get my boom voice a little bit lower. There we go. Hopefully this helps with the screen and remembering where I am. Okay, now I'm going to hydrate. There goes a big camera. You can go over here where the sun is shining so you can charge. There we go. Yes, the sun is shining again. You can go in here. And at the end of this, I'm gonna soak this brush like 10 days. Where is my palette? Here is my palette. And this one is old, and then I can continue the eyes. Also freebie. still not sure if I'm gonna keep her myself or give her to the one who I initially made it for. I can probably use turpentine to clean the brush as well. Should still have a jar of turpentine, so. I don't think this helps that much. There we go. But I think I'm gonna make it into a pin anyway. But I can't give this pin until it's been posted online. So that means that if I give this, it's probably gonna be a Christmas present or a St. Nicholas one. And whenever you're doing these sides, you suddenly notice little pieces like, oh, missed a spot. And that's how I learned. Don't do effects with pastel mica until the sides are done. And you're absolutely sure you've done all the paintings. Okay, this can dry. And let me grab my, I believe I have still a jar of turpentine. What in this drawer? Vaseline. No. Perhaps the bottom drawer. I rarely look at that place, so. What's this? I believe this is silicone. Yep, this is silicone. Spray silicone. Well, it's the dirty This is dirty turpentine, mostly. Let's see if that cleans this brush better. Not that much better, but it gets on everywhere. That's why I don't like turpentine. And you know, I have it, let's use it. As 3D printing going, top will always remain an issue, I guess. Did a decent job of cleaning it. It's a bit monotone, and I don't like that. But it needs to be done, so I'm doing it. Doesn't really help that much with the camera, does it? I can't get much closer to the desk because there's a trash can in between. Let's see if it helps. Nah, not like this anyway. Maybe this will help if I get closer to my desk. I think it does. So that means that if I want to stream, I need to put my trash can elsewhere. Well, that's not much of an issue. Just find it very handy if you have your trash can right under my desk. Okay, let's go. There's purple in there. Well, you barely see it, so that's fine. So for the second part of the stream, I'll move my trash can. And then hopefully get a bit closer to the camera. I'm probably gonna do a light purple back. I have a mark of this with purple, but if you spray paint it, it becomes pink. So I'm probably just gonna do acrylics. And everything's splattering again. Good thing I now have an apron on. And this is too narrow to even find anything. Okay, you can dry. Okay, well, everything is gonna dry for now. I'm gonna cut the stream in two. Oh, I really hate these little things. Maybe I'll get a little jar of turpentine. I mean, I have a lot of little jars, so maybe I should get one so that I know what I'm doing. A little jar. Just seconds ago I said I had plenty. Do I have one here? Nope, just plastic, and we're not gonna do it in plastic. Just gonna do a little bit. White spirit de-aromatized. Well, there's still plenty of aroma in there. There's plenty. First put it away. I have my turpentine in a drawer that's way away from the light. So this way I can safely use my turpentine. Okay, so cutting the stream in two. If this is on YouTube, you'll see me next week again. Maybe I'll even do free streams today. Who knows? Anyway, for now, bye bye. See you in a couple of minutes.